Hello, welcome YouTube. This is Radio Station here, and sorry for the delays here. This is going to be reaction to episode 2 of Adachi to Shimamura. So if this comes up late, there was just some personal stuff aside I had to attend to. Like I was actually trying to get to this early, and then shit just came up, and whatever happens, happens. Like I tried my best with that one, and if my and if the person that requested me to do this doesn't like it, so be it. But at least I tried. I tried. Like I am no expert on whatever I was supposed to do. I'm saying this like in a wishy-washy way because I don't want to go into one of these ramble about myself, and I want to just talk more about the show at hand. So I was told this is gonna be a slow burn. Which is not really surprising because it's a light novel, and I actually downloaded all the volumes for it. I don't know how many volumes was it, like 8 or something. Yeah, it was 8, and there's no way they're gonna touch upon all of this. There's absolutely no way. But we'll just see how it is. I mean, I like the first impression. I'm not so sure how to feel about the next episode. If the next episode's just kind of, then we have some issues. But let's give it a shot. So I downloaded from Kiss Anime again because I don't like waiting for shit. So let's just get to this. I do apologize if I'm trying to get to this quickly because chop chop chop. This is not my usual. This is not my usual sort of time frame for these sorts of for this sort of content. All right. Episode 2. Wait, is my device working correctly? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just checking. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. Right now, oh, okay. Thank you. Wait, what? Is this just a kid in a jumpsuit after all? Not just some alien astronaut? Right now, it just looks like, you know, just a bunch of just two teenagers, overcomplicating their thoughts about high school life. But I mean, that's what it would seem like, which is kind of sad because that's kind of everybody's issue. That's kind of like everybody in a nutshell at one point in time. Oh, this is the opening. I mean, at worst, will be a chill series. It ain't blooming to you though. I actually like the manga better for Blooming to You though. Blooming to You anime was good. It was solid, but it wasn't quite there. In terms of making a full circle. TBS, please don't flag this. Oh, you know what? It is just a child in a spacesuit. Where's the spaceship then? Oops. Oh. Wait, how do you get this ready to when you're? I wonder what's the point of the visualization here with them on the moon. That's kind of true. Wait, was that their stomach growling that just made the? The relationship is just the strangest thing. Like it's not even supposed to be. Like you kind of have to really consider why they're okay with each other's company, like why they're so comfortable with each other's company. That because I don't feel like what we got in episode one is enough to tell us what. Oh, it can't be any worse than mine. Any worse than mine. That's for sure. Oh yeah, just not ditch. Is she like freaking don't? Is she like Tomia? Like just like ditching is just a regular thing for her. Like I could get it. Like if you're seniors, just like we already got everything up and you know up and ready for graduation. I mean, don't want to just ditch a lot of stuff all at once. That's not suggested. Why am I trying to subtly advocate a little bit of ditching? Just don't miss class, guys. Because a lot of the people's lives are just kind of regulated to school. Yeah, I can sort of understand that. I was kind of like that. The current me would just dread taking classes now. I just don't have that young, strong mindset anymore. Wait, what do you mean by that? Oh, because they don't try to see Shima for who she really is, or like how she, they don't even try bother trying to look. I know I probably missed a few pointers. Y'all could just help me in the comments later. She was really thinking about it, huh? But right now, it seems someone is more aware of what's going on. This is gonna be quite one-sided. I know I know what she's thinking. I don't need to say it. Or at least I have a little bit of a grasp of what she's thinking. At worst. Mm-hmm. True. I mean, Shimamura like looks at her more of a friend, but I don't want to see from Aichi's point of view here. I'm trying to figure out, is this just like she wants company? She wants just company, or well, at the time, I mean, I don't know which feelings are up front more, that or actually liking it. I'm getting annoyed by this little baby astronaut. He looked like the one from freaking Skino Cycle, the in the manga. Also, why is it glowing? Miss Donuts? I feel like it's supposed to be a real life donut shop, but I could just be wrong, totally wrong. Oh, where have I heard that before? And before she just yeah, just halfway to eat it. Yep, what did I tell? Just halfway. Hmm. Is she mad that Shimamura is getting someone else is getting Shimamura's attention? Most likely. I mean, okay, she might just look like an ordinary child in an astronaut in a spacesuit. But the fact that he's just glowing just glowing unnaturally. Oh, I feel like some stuff is missing, like enough to explain why she suddenly starts to feel like that. Sure, sure you're not into that. She's gonna crash. The specifications on the distance. You're thinking about this way too hard. I mean, it is one-sided, so I can get the possessive part. I think Sumero would just look at you as a very special effect, but she looks good in the she looks good in their she looks good in that uniform, by the way. It kind of does. I thought I thought this was her little sister. I swear. It just it just it just occurred to me that this is how the first time I noticed she had parents, or at least a parent. Mm-hmm. So you're looking up to her, huh? Is that sort of damn. Three or more is a crowd. Unless if you're an Origaru, three or more is a crowd. Just kidding. It's always a crowd when there's three or more. Hmm. Hmm? She playing. That's obviously a old ass PlayStation. The old PlayStation. Why do the controls look like that though? It just looks like the cushion. What do you call it? The handle ends are like too big, or like too disorienting. Wait, what? No, it's just too. No, so like, isn't there usually if this isn't voice bug, you would only see one goldfish, but there's two goldfishes, so you asked first. She looks at you like a sibling, right? What she wants, what we want to say. The fact that Shimura is like looking at this way too casually. And cut. I was just hoping for the sister to just bust in. Why switch to this back to this though? I don't know. Alright, well, not much happening yet, unfortunately. But I like the interactions. It can seem convoluted though, so I know this is pretty much a turn off, but I am interested. I want to find something, but I know like the usual downside with this, like there's not enough is gonna be put into context. I mean that's not always a bad thing, but like some can manage on their own. Like some lineups can manage on their own even this in this way. I mean ReZero or Garu. Um, I guess what's that other series? What was that? What was that other series again? I would say Valorant, but that's a little too like that's they could just be good by themselves. But what's gonna be the problem for me with this show is that it has to be so heavily the context has to be so heavily reliant on the stuff that usually can't be translated into anime form, which really sucks. So yeah, not much happening unfortunately. Um, more so, more so the oh okay, it's you know what I'm saying. Um, I'm not so sure how to feel about it personally. I mean, I still like the interactions, but it does feel a little bit muddled. It's kind of like Origaru and Bloom Into You without much of depth, or without much of the more perceived depth in anime form. It sucks because with Origaru and Bloom Into You, there's the Bloom Into You has a great Bloom Into You and Origaru got great characterization. There are ways of displaying the depth behind things. Bloom Into You can be somewhat, they're okay with things, but in anime form, Bloom 2 does feel at times a bit too convoluted with their inner themes and all, as opposed to how the manga, just kind of, you know, spread things out, and the manga did take the next step, and that's why it was one of my favorite mangas at the time. That where the ending, wrapping things up, had a bit just kind of had that little edge to it. I don't know how much of it. I don't know how much of the line of source do we need. Like, was there stuff cut? Was there not? I do not know. I sure don't know like how this is gonna go down. It's going down. I am just not as in. I'm just a little bit disappointed after like I was wanting for like. It's not bad per se, but you just wish there was more to it. But you know what? I'm still gonna give this more the benefit of the doubt because I just want to know how they're gonna handle all this because like there's only so much you can do within 12 episodes, and then what 12 remaining. I mean 10 remaining. But what I can like get out of it is that like what the inner thoughts of Adachi. And Shimamura Adachi's ones are the most amusing, honestly. Like, cause you get to see her like she's having her inner thoughts, like she's literally just freaking out. She's literally just kind of taking this, just thinking about this way too much. She's like over panicking and all. And honestly, I do not condemn that. I kind of like that sort of way she's going about with it, because it's just like when you start having some feelings for her. I mean, to be fair, I'm not still not really clear as to why she would be attracted to a girl. Shimamura obviously does not feel the same way, honestly. Or at least she doesn't make it obvious. She sees, from what I get in anime form, she sees more of Adachi as a friend, not so more much of someone, with something close to a romantic interest. Not yet. I mean, that's just how I see it so far. I don't know about this Yashiro, little child in the spacesuit, whatever, or whom I assume would be someone from, like the mouth doesn't explain it very well. They just explain they came to Earth to find the brethren, but apparently we do not know for sure if this is just a Chuny child. Well, there's no one. Well, there's no parents that overlooked her, but she just kind of conveniently pops up, which is a bit annoying, in all honesty. But I have to feel. But I want to feel like she means something to it. For the time being, I am kind of annoyed. But I guess I'm not qualified to be annoyed. Like, I'm saying this because I don't want someone back to saying, "How you make yourself look like?" No. I have the right to at least wonder, doubt, and some of the sorts. So, dialogue, I kind of like it though. I mean, I know it can, it can feel very underwhelming to some people, and it's just one of those. It feels good, but you just like you're just wanting that extra thing to make this more in depth, to make this like it's more worth it, to make it has like a much deeper value to it, and again, going back to what I was saying, I don't know if the anime is going to showcase enough, if anything, that would suggest that. But at least what I can get out of it is the interactions. It's really nice, it's really adorable. It's pretty. It's just kind of something you kind of chuckle. Like, I think it's something where you watch this. I mean, even if you don't think about this too much, you can just kind of relate. You just kind of get where Adachi's getting with her thoughts. Like she's like when we say something, we're just like, oh crap, we were inner side, we're freaking out and all. Literally, kind of like Achiman's sort of inner dialogue at some point, although not as substantial by all means. Not nearly as substantial. Or like something in deep, something that it is like a huge theme going on. This one just feels like it's still very, 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 very underdeveloped, or not as well presented in, like I said, anime form. But I'll give it the benefit of the doubt for now. So that's gonna pretty much do it for this edition of Anime Reactions and to episode 2 of Adachi no Shimamura. So like, share, subscribe, and follow me on other social media platforms. You can also support me on Patreon or PayPal. But that's gonna do it for this edition of Anime Live Stream Reactions. So until then, this is Real Station signing off. See you next time. Take care, stay safe, guys, and have yourselves a good day.